Got a new package here from Knife Center. I'm pretty sure this contains a couple of Kizer knives that I bought during a recent sale on Kizer products. This is November of 2022. It's the Thanksgiving holiday season, and a lot of things are on sale. I picked up a couple of new models from Kizer. Let's see what we got here. Okay, nice Kizer packaging. Okay, so this first one is the Begleiter XL. Comes with some extra hardware, which Kizer has been throwing in lately with their knives, which is pretty neat. I think that's excellent. Right, okay, so the Begleiter is a model that's been around for a while and has lots of different versions. It has some premium versions that are with like titanium handles and powder metallurgy steel that are expensive-ish, and they've got some less expensive versions. Most of them are smaller than this, hence the XL, extra large designation of this model. Okay, and this is a button lock, and it's a flipper. Flipper tab works great. Opens up nice and smooth. There's the maker's mark for Azo, the designer. And this has got micarta. They're calling this black micarta, although it's pretty gray. And it's a 154 cm stainless steel with a black stonewash finish. And it's clip point. No, sorry, just drop point. The swedge out here. Big area of jimping. And yeah, it's drilled out for weight relief. It's got thumb studs as well as the flipper and the button lock. So you can, there's lots of different ways you could deploy this. It is pretty big. For comparison, here's a large knife. This is the Buck 110. Pretty much, the Begleiter XL is just a tiny bit longer, mostly in the handle. A little bit in the blade, yeah. More size comparisons. Let's throw a few more on there. Here's a Spyderco PM2 and a pair of 3. Okay. How about a couple of Benchmades? Here's a well, that's got some fingerprints on it. There's your Griptillion and Bug Out. Yep. Definitely a full-size knife. Let's show you something else that's large. Here's a Cold Steel Recon 1. So it is not quite as huge as a Cold Steel Recon 1, but it's not a lot smaller. It's a pretty big knife. It has a flat grind, high flat grind. Deep carry pocket clip, lanyard slot. Pretty comfortable in hand. I don't think that clip is going to give me any trouble in terms of hot spots. Smooth action. pretty much drops shut. Yeah, yeah. All right, it's not a full review, just a quick unboxing video here. So there's the knife number 1. Let's look at knife number 2 from this delivery. This is another Kizer. Okay. Oh, look at that. Very red. Again, extra hardware. Thank you, Kizer. Got some grease on there. This is a front flipper. This is the Swag's chili pepper. It is another button lock. Okay, button locks are popular right now in 2022. Red G10 handle scales, black coated 154 cm blade, and this is a trailing point design. So the tip here is slightly higher than the line of the spine. Okay, so it's a Persian style blade. I think that's flat ground. Yeah, full flat grind, or high. It's certainly, we can call that full because it does go all the way up, at least at the, near the end there. It's got red thumb studs, anodized, and so it's got a few different deployment methods, right? It's got the thumb studs, it's got the top flipper, and it's got the button lock. Pretty comfortable. That pocket clip is definitely noticeable. And, you know, that this area here is kind of a weird spot to put your finger. So it seems like the knife wants to be held back a little bit, which is just kind of, you know, I mean, my hands, I wear a size XL glove, and that feels a little bit tight, but it's definitely, you know, usable. Swags is an interesting designer. She is former employee of Smoky Mountain Knife Works, where she did a lot of their social media stuff. She, you know, if you look at old SMKW videos, you'll see this woman introducing herself as Swags, and she shows you some of their knives and talks about them, and you know, sort of a personality for the camera. Knife model, I guess. And then after she parted ways with SMKW, she had her own YouTube channel, Sharp and Pointy Swags, I think. Well, I can't remember if that's the name of the channel or if that's just sort of her, like the longer version of her stage name. And she was approached first by CJRB and designed the Milea knife for them. Or well, actually, it might have been Kizer who approached her first. I'm not sure whether Kizer came first or CJRB, but she has designed things for both companies. She did the Milea for CJRB, which has a couple of versions now, a smaller one and a bigger one. And then she did the Sway Back for Kizer. This is the Knife Center exclusive version of the Sway Back in 4V. There are various versions of this. This one's got a micarta handle. She said that one of the inspirations for this knife was the Kershaw Leek, designed by Ken Onion. And you can sort of see, you know, it's got that Wharncliffe blade, and it's about the same size as a Leek. There are versions of this that are liner lock, and then there's button lock versions. And there was one that had thumb studs, but that one's been discontinued. So now it's just the flipper or the button for deployment, and not quite a deep carry pocket clip. Really, probably pretty similar in size here. Looks like the carry profile on the chili pepper is going to be a little bit longer. But yeah, it's different blade shape. That upswept tip as opposed to the Wharncliffe tip. There's almost inversions of each other, right? Cool. All right. So there they are. There's two new knives from Kizer. And yeah, first impressions, pretty good. Again, this is not a full review, just an unboxing video, but there we go.